Hey you, yeah you. Before we get this video started, I just want to say a thank you for those who have been a member of my Patreon. If you want to be a member of my Patreon, leave a link in the description down below right here. And there's a list right here of all the people who have been a member or a following member of the Patreon to help keep this channel alive. I would appreciate it if you do show your support, guys. You guys are awesome, and I really thank you for your support. Also, commissions are open, so if you want to commission for me to draw something for you, go to my DeviantArt page right here as well, in the link in the description, and I'll draw something for you. But make sure you hopefully follow the rules in my Patreon on my Patreon and commission, so we can get it on the list for me to draw something for you guys. I would really appreciate it if you do, and yeah. As always, take care, and have a great day, and let's start the video, shall we? What is up, YouTube? Rasta Hobidon here, and today we are looking at another reaction video for all of you, and I'm back in my VTuber avatar. And we're going to be doing another reaction video to Death Battle, and this is Korra versus Storm. The Avatar versus a Marvel character. If you haven't checked out the original video, I'll leave a link in the description down below, so go check it out for yourself. And then you come back and see my reaction to it. Now, it's Korra versus Storm. I'm familiar with both of these characters. I'm more familiar with Storm than Korra. I know Korra is the next Avatar. I know she's getting out on a bad reputation as it is. But she is very powerful in her own right. And I have to give her some credit. I have to give her some credit that she is a powerful avatar. And yeah. Anywho, Korra is... you all know about the bad reputation about Korra. It is that I like Aang better than her. Korra is impressive on her own. As for Storm, I am familiar with her ever since the beginning of the X-Men animated series, which got me to read the comic books and other cartoons. Wolverine and the X-Men as well, the TV show, and Spider-Man animated series. And I even got me read more of the comic books, and Comic Book Storian got me into it even more. So, like I said, the original video is in the link in the description down below, so go check it out for yourself. If I'm gonna have to guess, I'm going to pick Storm. I'm just think Storm got this in the bag, and that's just okay because I'm a Marvel fan. So, yeah, I'm just sticking to my guns. So, without further ado, let's get on to the reaction. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I'm looking for Storm here. I will be pausing it.
Avatar Korra, the master of all 4 elements.
That's her. That's her. The newest Avatar. Well, basically in the anime. Well, not anime. This is an anime. When I'm thinking about calling her an anime, it's not an anime. It's she kind of ruined the Avatar state and the connection to all the past avatars. So they had to so any future avatars do get born, they have to talk to her. So yeah, that kind of ruined that.
Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storms.
That's the best title you're gonna come up with, Storm here, buddy? Come on. I got a lot to say about Storm, but we'll save that to the bio.
Weather. The building blocks of our natural world are nothing if not tempestuous and unpredictable.
Which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them.
Yep.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
A death battle. All right, let's do this. Korra.
Aang! The world, uniter of 4 nations, destroyer of cabbages. But like all avatars, after decades of service, he passed away.
My lazy eye.
Humanity would have to move forward and prepare his next reincarnation to take up his mantle. But
The destroyer of cabbages. The destroyer of cabbages made me laugh. I'm sorry. So yeah.
her name was Korra.
The polar bear riding Korra.
Who is that?
Did you leave the door open again? Deuces, gents.
Wow.
Like her carefree predecessor, the hot-headed, obstinate Korra was an Avatar prodigy from day one.
Rhea.
I'm the Avatar!
that line triggered a lot of people out there, and it basically made fans think that she's a Mary Sue. And we don't want to touch on that subject. And I'm losing my body. What is going on here?
Struggled to accept
I don't have
his
a
role
body.
in the world. Korra never wanted to be anything else.
Not only
True.
is she an expert hand-to-hand fighter on her own,
Korra, full name Korra. She is 5 feet and 7 inches tall. Wow, I'm taller than her. She weighs 37 pounds. I'm about to say 80 because that 3 looks like an 8. Reincarnation of the Avatar spirit, contains the light spirit Reva, likes pro bending, Naga, and Asumi. Okay.
as a bender, Korra can manipulate the natural world around her through martial arts. And as the Avatar, she is the only living being who can bend all 4 elements at once.
That is true.
Water, earth, fire, air.
Not you. Straight from the Southern Water Tribe, Korra can control
Captain
tendrils of
Planet.
water, form
No
massive
Captain
walls
Planet.
of ice, and generate huge tsunamis.
Aang once raised the sea level to put out these huge fires. Looking at the size of the area and what it'd take to submerge it, he had to move over 35 million metric tons of water.
That's a lot of water.
Korra is a reincarnation of Aang and every past Avatar. She should be just as powerful.
With earthbending, Korra can heave big-ass boulders around, shape and control metal, and even tear apart the ground beneath her enemy's feet. Kinda like when her Avatar ancestor Kyoshi broke off a chunk of a continent.
I remember
dragged it
that
across a
episode.
bay, and basically just created a new island.
I remember that episode. And one day islands were angry at the Avatar because the leader was killed. He fell to his doom in the lava. But Aang kind of regained their trust. And I really like the other island that loves the Avatar because it was saved by the Avatars. And that crazy guy that's just screaming to the top of his lungs, and you see all this, you see all that stuff on his mouth. That made me laugh. I really enjoyed that. And they give us the classic Avatar Aang meme with the spinning air in his fingers with that goofy looking smile on his face.
Named after herself. Queen shit.
By measuring the size of the island to get its mass and the size of the bay to get the distance Kyoshi dragged it, displacing this much rock would require an energy over 21 gigatons of TNT. That's
Wow.
almost 15 times more energy than the entire world's nuclear arsenal detonating at the same time.
With firebending, Korra can fire blasts of, well, fire, jet into the sky like a rocket, or breathe like a friggin' dragon.
The
That is
perfect
true.
element to match Korra's hot-headed temper. However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature, Korra struggled at first to master airbending.
But like all good prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
Yep.
With airbending, Korra can shoot powerful gusts of wind, fly around on tornadoes, and create a cute little air scooter.
She used this element to defeat the
adorable.
bloodbender Amon, who was fast
Aang
enough to dodge
invented that.
lightning.
He's not the only one. Zuko and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well.
Zuko, our boy. Sadly, you lost the Shotaro from My Hero Academia because My Hero Academia fans are just. Well, we don't want to talk about it.
And Iroh even caught one from the sky.
That
The
is
leader
also
of a
true.
lightning bolt moves at 60,000 meters per second. Comparing the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt, he must have been moving over 200 times the speed of sound.
This is reaction speed, not running speed. This is reaction speed. There are 3 types of speeds, people. Fighting speed, how fast you are fighting, like throwing hands and kicking at insane levels of speed. Reaction speed, how fast can you dodge and avoid attacks. Running speed, basically how fast you run. Like his reaction is insanely high.
But Korra's more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
That is
The
true.
spirit world is a separate plane of reality, and Korra
Reality.
is strong
While my characters technically spiritual project themselves into the spirit world, it is possible that entering the physical portals, strong outbursts of spiritual energy can also tear holes in the spirit world.
stronger
Okay.
while she's physically there. Her direct connection isn't coincidence. She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light,
Right.
Rava. Every time the avatar dies and reincarnates, Rava searches out their spirit to bond with their new body, a staple of Hindu and Buddhist cosmology.
Okay. I got questions. Why is there another boomstick there? Are you about to explain reincarnation?
I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, whoa!
Oh crap! You killed him.
Now, the Avatar is usually reborn into a different nation, but I've set this up so Boomstick will reincarnate
dummy,
into
get
the
away.
nearest vessel. This identical clone body.
Hey, Wiz, I feel funny. Where'd my banana go?
I see that little Scooby-Doo movie in the background, live action movie. Anybody remember that? They made Scrappy-Doo the bad guy in that one. It was weird. It was really weird.
Cut off his leg and everything.
Speaking of messing with your soul, Korra can remove or restore your bending, bring her past lives for advice, and tap into the kick-ass Avatar state.
Oh
The
yeah.
Avatar state massively boosts Korra's raw bending power, turning her into effectively a demigod and the de facto most powerful being on the planet, if
Yep.
she wasn't already.
Despite that, Korra's no stranger to failure.
She's
She
a
was
hothead,
severed from her
too.
connection to the past avatars and
That's the part I was talking about. That her connection to the past avatars are gone. Aang, Oroku, they are all gone. And any new avatar, they have to talk to
was
Korra.
almost killed while in the Avatar state, which would have ended her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That last brush with death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even after physical therapy, her
yeah.
fiery spirit struggled to reignite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the Avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place in the world was challenged. Would everyone be better off without an avatar, or bending at all?
Yeah.
But Korra's nothing if not one hell of a fighter. No matter what life threw at her, she always got back up to kick ass.
Wow. Korra has been through a lot. And in the earlier seasons, they did make her a Mary Sue, and that's probably what most fans did not like. And later on seasons, she's no longer that. She's no longer Mary Sue, thank goodness. And we see actual character growth, and I can see it just by the storytelling and the writing and how she acts and behaves. And then, gay relationships kind of was added in there just because you got to relate to other gay relations, lesbian couples. You know how it is. But yeah, that's just how it is in this universe.
Korra once blocked an energy blast from a giant spirit cannon, which created this
Survived
massive crater in the
1,000
center
tons of
Republic
ice
City
restraining
and almost killed
his
everyone.
mechs.
Taking a
Survives
look
at
the
the. Okay, I was about to read all the feats, but okay.
Vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT.
Yikes.
More queen shit.
And during harmonic convergence,
It is lucky that Korra was only able to do this due to massive influx of
Korra tapped into
cosmic energy. Okay, don't play when I pause you. Don't you play when I pause you. Cosmic energy available at the time in conjunction with the spiritual nature of the Tree of Time. It's unlikely to be unusable in normal fights. Okay, good. That explains it.
enough spirit energy to turn into a giant kaiju and battle the dark avatar.
I remember
Udon
that
for
one.
The fate of the world.
Wiz, I told you, we don't talk about season 2. Okay, Juan was cool.
Yeah, Wong was awesome. I'm glad the first avatar of all avatars. I'm glad that was awesome. I'm glad I got to learn about Wong.
From taking down anarchist revolutionaries to fascist empires, Korra proved herself as an avatar.
That lady that just got arrested, yeah. Her story continues in the manga. And not manga, comics. Why do I say this is not an anime? Why? Ugh. It's so good. The animation looks so good. It could be confused as an anime. I don't know why. Nickelodeon worked on this. Never confuse the Avatar series with anime. That's just asking to get yelled at and get hated on. I'm so sorry, everyone out there. I am so sorry. I'm sorry if I keep saying it. I watch a lot of anime series. I watch a lot of anime series. I'm watching Lupin the Third Part 6. I just saw episode 5, I believe. Something about time travel. It's hard. It's hard to say.
Avatar worthy of her forebearers.
With her teammates Mako and Bolin.
Those guys are
like
awesome.
Tenzin and Toph, and
Tenzin, voiced by J.K. Simmons. Can I just say that whenever J.K. Simmons voices a character, they always have a mustache that looks similar to him. Look at Omni-Man and Jonah Jameson. Toph, best earthbending teacher.
Badass girlfriend Asami by her side.
Yep,
There was
Asami,
nothing she
her
couldn't
girlfriend.
Queen shit?
do. Queen shit.
All right.
Come on, little girl. Give me your best shot.
Well, she gave it to you.
Chump.
She's funny. I give her that.
Boomstick. Do you know what happens to a person who's struck by lightning?
The
Same thing that everything that everything else.
You got it.
Dude,
I watched the X-Men movie. I have watched the X-Men movie. I love that line.
you know what happens to white-haired mutants whose parents are killed by a plane crash? They become badass weather witches.
After Aurora Monroe's
All
parents
right.
were that, she
Yeah.
was forced to fend for herself on the streets of Cairo under the tutelage of Ahmed El-Jabbar.
Ahmed El-Jabbar. Oh man, that sounds like a terrorist name. They got that origin. I seen a little bit of that origin in the X-Men movies, the live action movies. Well, the newest, the newer ones that Fox Century had. We see her does steal to survive. Although she was more somewhat of a teenager, not a little girl, because Fox Century doesn't want to have a little girl running through Africa stealing stuff. They have a teenager because teenagers are better than kids for some reason. And she was saved by Apocalypse, which I don't know what was going on with that one. Fox Century, I don't know what they were doing with the X-Men series. They sometimes they follow the comic books, sometimes they don't. You can look at the Fantastic Four. They refuse to follow anything in the Fantastic Four comic books and make it darker and fanforstic, and it was one of the worst Marvel movies ever created by Fox. Now that Marvel Studios own the rights to Fox, they can Marvels and Disney can make a Fantastic Four movie and an X-Men movie done right.
The life of a street rat wasn't doing it for Aurora, so she took off across the Sahara in search of a real home.
And that's
All
when
right.
she began to master her mutant power.
Aurora Monroe. Aurora Monroe is her full name. She's in her late 20s. She is 5 feet and 11 inches tall. Wow, she's tall. Okay, she's taller than me. I'm taller than Korra, but but Aurora is taller than me. Well, the creator who is who is controlling me. I'm five. My creator is 5'9". It's five. It's 5 feet and 9 inches. That's the same height as Goku. Uh, she is 145 pounds. Women don't like to talk about her weight. Don't ever mention that. Nickname Wave Rider. That is a cool name. She is the former queen of Wakanda. Yeah, she has married the Black Panther. Marvel Studios, who was working on Black Panther 2, when Chadwick Boseman was still alive, rest in peace. When Chadwick Boseman was still alive, like I said, rest in peace again. They were planning to. The director wanted to add Storm into the Black Panther 2 movie, but since Chadwick Boseman passed away, rest in peace again. That's not gonna happen, and that Siri, T'Challa's sister, is going to be the new Black Panther. Which I was sad because T'Challa, the last we see of T'Challa, he was hugging his family at the end of Endgame, and now they're going to say that the Black Panther T'Challa is dead in the Marvel universe. So they're not planning on recasting T'Challa because fans and Marvel saying that Cam- Chadwick Boseman is the true T'Challa, the true Black Panther, that no one is worthy of the role of Black Panther T'Challa. That character dies with Chadwick Boseman, which is kind of sad and disappointing and understandable. But I'm pretty sure other actors, if you give them a chance, can do the role of T'Challa. Does not always you've done many other roles can play different characters. They don't have to be the same actor. You don't just because the actor dies doesn't mean you have to kill off the character. It's kind of unfair because it feels like T'Challa's story is unfinished, and now that he's dead, T'Challa in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is dead. Iron Man is dead, but but Iron Man and Tony Stark is dead, but Robert Downey Jr. is not. It's kind of I really wish they get a recast, but they say it's disrespectful to the actor. Man, I understand that, but still, it feels like a cop out. That a character in the series was alive, but now he's dead out of nowhere. He's dead behind the scenes. We'll never see the Black Panther ever again. And the only person who's going to continue the Black Panther is his sister. His sister, Shuri, is the new Black Panther, because female fighters, female heroes, are, and most of those female writers are probably saying female heroes are better than men, and I don't want to hear that argument. I really don't want to hear that argument, and we know how that goes through. But I'm just upset that that Chadwick Boseman passed away. I wish he was still alive. He's buried onto my state. He's buried in South Carolina. Yeah, I gave a hint. I'm somewhere in South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina doesn't get that much love, and I don't blame him. But hey, I like to move somewhere else. But anywho, back to the battle.
In the same way that Homo sapiens, humans, evolved from earlier hominids like
That
Homo
was
erectus.
too long for me. I made this
Go
video way
ahead.
too long.
Homo superior, or
I got
mutants,
touchy there.
are an offshoot of regular humans.
Right.
They possess the X gene on their 23rd chromosome that effectively grants them superpower.
The X gene. That has been explained in the comic. The X gene is what gives them superpowers. Wasn't it also caused by the Celestials experimenting on Earth as well?
But it's a lottery. You could end up like old Beak here.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Or you could end up
Beak.
like Aurora and possess
I
complete
don't-
control over
I
the
forgot- I
weather
don't know about that
itself,
character.
while being super hot, unlike Beak.
Beak.
For all she knew, she was a goddess sent straight from heaven. And that's exactly what the local tribes thought when she
Pretty
arrived
much.
in her ancestral Kenyan homeland.
Aurora's mutant gene allows her to psionically manipulate the atmosphere, capable of summoning a hurricane with less than a conscious thought.
Yep.
When she does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with, Aurora can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather manipulation isn't just powerful,
Oh.
but precise. She can
Oh, powerful and precise. That is true.
call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon bolts of
Wow.
lightning, even ones that are continents away, or generate electricity inside your...
Inside, I can construct electricity impulses inside your brain and induce the violent Oh, wow. She can cause electricity in your brain to go nuts. That's crazy. Storm in the Marvel comic books is insanely powerful. I mean, extremely powerful. Fox Century doesn't show that much, doesn't show that kind of power. They only use 10 to 25% of her full power. They don't show her full power in the movies. In the comic books, she's a whole lot more powerful. It's insane.
your brain. And she once zapped Cyclops with enough lightning to restart an artificial sun called...
Wow, the energy that reignites the ring comes exclusively from Storm's lightning, with Cyclops simply converting the lightning into a beam, such as Storm's energy output scales to the ring of regeneration.
the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Oh, that was from Ultimate Alliance 3. This Deadpool stacking a bunch of tacos. They look delicious. But all that power comes from her alone.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite
Wow.
element is probably wind. With it, she can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and
Yikes.
generate enough lift to fly. She once flew fast enough to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the
Wow.
angle and size of the Earth, to
She's
get distance
insanely
and
powerful.
estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Aurora had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed of sound. She can even
Wow.
manipulate solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the atmosphere, solar winds are streams of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering, stray hydrogen atoms.
She can breathe in space just by controlling the atmosphere in space for her to breathe in. So that is awesome.
Atoms, those are like really small last time I checked. Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now? How
Probably.
is that weather?
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions.
That is insanely powerful, and I hope we see that level of power in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Fox Century failed to show us that.
Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
Okay.
Perhaps her most useful ability, though, is to sense changes in the weather with a pseudo sixth sense. Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with the world as her canvas.
Wow.
She's so good with it. She
That's how it
jet
works.
Flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess.
She fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda and can sense a plane on the other side of the planet. There's a reason why Storm is an Omega level mutant.
Is.
Aurora enjoyed all the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier.
There he is.
Interesting proposal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join the X-Men! Oh, pretty please! They were eaten by this living eyelid. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race
I
relations
can't
between
refuse
Homo
that
sapien
mafia
and
joke.
superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement?
Yeah. But Stan Lee wrote some real life stuff in the Marvel comic books, like segregation, the whole humans hating mutants. That's basically similar to how white people hating black folks. That's segregation. And Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko, they worked together to show how bad segregation is in their comic books. They're even part of the civil rights movement, especially Stan Lee. And SJW's reviewers who hate Stan Lee, saying that Stan Lee was racist. How can a man be racist if he was part of the civil rights movement? Who hates racism? Who created Luke Cage, Black Panther? If Stan Lee was racist, he would never make these characters. He would never approve of these characters, along with Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. You see how the SJW are insane? SJWs, they're just crazy people who just latch on hating people and destroying people's lives. Even Stanley has passed away, they still continue to try to ruin this man's life. It's so stupid.
Then with a bunch of good-looking lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York.
Yeah.
When she had spent enough time blessing the rains down in Africa, Aurora agreed and was assigned the codename Storm.
And
Yep.
she more than earned the spot. She's proven herself worthy to wield Mjolnir, led a war against the Inhumans.
She was worthy enough to lift Mjolnir. Keep that in mind. She was worthy enough to lift Mjolnir, just like Captain America. She can dodge beam of light. She has led her own team of the X-Men. She has defeated Cyclops, Polaris, Mr. Sinister, and Kalios. Reunited the Ring of Fire. Created a global spamming storm in seconds.
And even survived a blast from her own lightning.
This is impressive
She can make tornadoes invisible in space.
considering her lightning is powerful enough to match Polaris, who once used her powers to punch through
Polaris.
Earth's crust all the way to the planet's core.
Wow.
Assuming she pulverized a cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
She once beat the mutant Callisto in unarmed combat, and
Callisto.
Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Okay, when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, Storm got that down, and the fact that she's able to beat someone who has mastered every single fighting style, Storm is good in hand-to-hand combat, even though her way of fighting is fighting from a distance. So she can still hold her own.
Despite her unbelievable power, Storm has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat. Get it? It also probably didn't hurt that
Yes.
she's fast enough to dodge literal beams of light.
Yep.
Did you get it though?
Nope. And after kicking Callisto's ass, she became the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even
Nope.
by grody underground monster people.
Well, she
What
later
is that
married
guy?
the Black Panther T'Challa and became Queen of Wakanda.
See, like I said, she became the Queen of Wakanda along with T'Challa. Sadly, we will never have that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Marvel, like I said, will not recast T'Challa. T'Challa is dead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they refuse to recast the character. So Black Panther is the male Black Panther is dead, but a female Black Panther, yeah, we'll allow that unless they do some crazy way of making Storm gay. I hope they don't do that because Storm is never gay in the comic books. She was never gay in the comic books, unless certain lesbian fans they want a main character who has never been gay to just automatically turn gay right off the bat. You can't unless you want to make a new character out of that. It's just crazy.
Too, so she really runs the gamut.
But even demigods have their Achilles heels. That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that
she's
rears its ugly
claustrophobic.
head every once
Got
in a
it.
while.
But that's not enough to stop this queen. After the departure of Scott Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
And
Yeah, of course,
when Jordan
yeah.
LaForge eventually came crawling back, the two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers
Yeah.
from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass.
She kicked Cyclops. She beat the crap out of Cyclops. I forgot about that part in the comic. I forgot about that. She did beat him.
Even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
Wow. She didn't even have her powers and she beat Cyclops. That's insane. Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men, got beat by Storm, who didn't have her powers back then. That is awesome. Then again, Scott can sometimes be a jerk sometimes. Scott can be a jerk sometimes.
As it should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Yep.
With her team,
That's what
you'll
makes her
watch as
awesome.
Aurora's heart of
All
gold
that power,
quickly
she is
turns to
compassionate.
ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
Testing me, It's time you remembered why they call me Storm.
I know why they call you Storm.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I got a question. Who's gonna play Storm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? The same actress, Halle Berry?
But first, if you're dealing with the emotional weight of leading the X-Men or maintaining the balance of the elements, or, normal stuff because it's 2021 and everything's on fire, check out BetterHelp.
Skip.
So why don't you split? Looks like I already did. You're the sad figment of my twisted psyche's tragic dividend.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
All right, we're back. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, we open fields, glaciers. I see a portal in the background. I guess that's going to be used to the spirit world. Korra's just chilling. 2 cars. I'm guessing that's going to be meant for metal bending.
I'm so bored.
Hey, you can't be bored that easily. You're meditating. But I know it's in your character. Come on, global warming is already bad enough as it is. You gotta break a glacier? I'm a white lion with ice powers. I can fix that. Storm sensed that.
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
That is true.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself?
Of course, Avatar. I'll show you what an X-Men can do.
That is a really good Storm voice, and of course Korra, her pride, her ego, can never escape that from season 1. All right, wind fights. It's kind of funny that Korra most difficult element is wind bending, while Storm's favorite is wind. See how it's kind of funny how that works. Lightning! Bring the thunder! Water bending. Oh. Water tornado.
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
Metal bending. Oh, that's her. She's claustrophobic. She does not like that. I knew that portal was gonna play a part. Wait, is that Ryu? Did I just saw Ryu? Look at this. Is that Ryu? What are you doing here? Is that Ben and Sonic? Ben Tennyson and Sonic. Oh man, are these characters that died? Oh man. Why is Sonic and Ben Tennyson?
Who are you? Answer me!
Freak of nature.
Gotta get out. Gotta get out.
Oh man.
Scott, Jean, Logan. I won't
Scott, Jane, Logan.
let you down.
The cabbages!
They'll never be safe.
Yeah, man, this guy cannot catch a break. Is it going to be a running theme that whenever an Avatar character is fighting the cabbage man, the guy with the cabbage salesman is going to suffer more? What are you even doing in the spirit world in the first place? That's what I want to know. What are you even doing in the spirit world?
You're no bender.
She's not trying to be an Avatar. She just has these powers. She's an X-Men. Oh boy. Rock sandwich! That wouldn't stop her. Oh, her wind is powerful. She sent some water back at you. Pull a Red Sea. If you read the Bible, the Red Sea, Moses split the Red Sea with the power of God. Escape moves. Okay. Ice. Okay, that art looks great. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. It's like...
I know what you are, Spirit of Storms.
Exactly.
There it is, the lightning. She is accurate with her abilities. Oh! You blew her head off. Well, she's dead.
You fought nobly, Avatar.
Okay.
KO! I think I just queen shit myself.
You gotta say it like that.
This fight wasn't totally straightforward. Korra can dominate most fighters pretty easy with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state. Not even some of the best benders on the planet like Zahir and Kuvira could stand up to her at her best.
Yeah, that is true.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill, precision, and overwhelming force.
Yes. Aurora, aka Storm, she is very precise in her storm weather control, mastery of manipulating the weather. We have seen it before in the comic books and the animated series. Ah, man, it's so amazing what her abilities. Now I'm even more excited what the MCU can do. Remember, like I said, remember in the comic books, she practiced every day with her abilities, and she has become an expert in it.
For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
That is true.
she likes to fight long range.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand to hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
Well,
that is true. Calypso has mastered every single martial arts fighting style, so the fact that Storm can go toe to toe against Calypso and defeat her shows that she's no slouch when it comes to throwing hands. You can't be a master at long range. You got to be mastering at short range, close corners combat as well.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning, Storm can dodge literal beams of light.
Yeah, I'm guessing the speed of lightning is slower than the speed of light. That's a big advantage there.
Even just using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Storm has reaction speed and flight speed. How fast she's flying. She's combining that with her reaction speed. That's how fast she is to dodge light attacks.
Korra did have access to elements like fire and earth that Storm didn't. If she
That's true.
somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some rocks to exploit it.
But
she could have.
Storm would be more than powerful enough to just break out. Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah, ultimately Storm was
so crushing her wouldn't be enough as it is, since she's able to break out using her lightning.
just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds. And
she can create an entire storm all over the earth. Keep that in mind. Storm can just create a powerful storm, no pun intended, a powerful storm all over the planet. Wrap the whole planet in clouds and create powerful storms, hurricanes, tornadoes. She can do it all.
Need a lot of work to move around.
By measuring their volume in the
We
speed
never
of
see that
move,
level of power
the
in
energy
the
storm needed
movies.
for this would be over 500 exatons of TNT, about 250 times more powerful than what Korra could output.
And considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results like that aren't outliers.
Even taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer space and alternate dimensions.
So even if you take this fight to the spirit world, which they did show, Storm can still can use her powers anywhere from another dimension, even through aliens. So that wouldn't affect Storm. She would still be as powerful as she was.
Dimensions. She'd have no problem adapting there. And considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
That's right. Avatar energy bending is what the Avatar uses to take away a person's bending. So, yeah, that wasn't going to work on Storm either, since her powers are connected to nature, and it's a mutant power, not an Avatar thing.
And none of that is counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight right off the bat, like sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs or generating a lightning storm in her brain.
She would have done that. That also too. She could have ended the fight with those two options.
Korra was a tenacious, unrelenting opponent, but Storm's massive range, precise control, deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
I know a lot of fans are gonna hate that Storm won because some Avatar fans who like Korra, they wanted Korra to win. But hey, deal with it. It's a death battle.
The winner is Storm.
Congrats, Storm, and congrats to Korra for putting up a good fight. They both put up a good fight.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you want even more action, you should check out the new season of Genlock on HBO Max, starring Michael B. Jordan, Dakota Fanning, and David Tennant in a fast-paced animated series inspired by mecha anime.
Okay. Next time. Oh, Madara. Madara versus ALZ. I don't know who that is. I know Madara, but I don't know AZ. I need to check that out. December 5th. Okay then. Well, that was Death Battle. Korra versus Storm. And yeah, Storm came out on top. Next one, Madara's fight Madara Uchiha from the Naruto series versus Alzian. Hope I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I need to pronounce it right. before that battle does. So, anywho, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reaction video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. What were your thoughts on this death battle? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. As always, take care, have a good day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty and stay healthy out there. Make sure to wash your hands and make sure to wear masks out there. And get vaccinated when you get the chance. Bye-bye, guys.
Let's go! Shoot now! Come on, a charge shot!